Good evening, everyone. We're ready to reconvene in open session and adopt certification of closed session.
Madam Chair, I move that we move to open session.
It has been moved and seconded that we reconvene into open session and adopt certification of closed session.
Certification of closed session. Whereas the Dinwiddie County School Board has convened a closed session on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas paragraph 2.2-3712 of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by the school board that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Dinwiddie County School Board hereby certifies that, to the best of each member's knowledge, only such business matters as were identified in the motion convening the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered by the school board. Jay Sneff,
I certify.
Betty Haney,
I certify.
Barbara Pickman,
I certify.
Mary Benjamin,
I certify.
Shirlene Merritt.
I certify.
Madam Chair, all certify.
Thank you. We will now be led into the Pledge of Allegiance by Mrs. Betty Haney.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any amendments to the agenda?
Madam Chair, we need to remove under board matters item 3.02, class of 2021 update. That's a non-voting item.
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the agenda and the adoption
I
of
second.
removing.
It has been moved and seconded that we accept the agenda with the amendment or change. All of those in favor?
Aye.
It has been approved that we accept that change in the agenda. Closed session report, the approval of the personnel report.
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the personnel report as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we accept the personnel report as presented. All of those in favor? Aye. Hearing no nays, the personnel report is accepted. Board matter. Dr. Weston?
Yes, we have Mrs. Clark who's going to come and provide you with an update for the 2020-2021 school calendar.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So coming up on Tuesday, June 8th, there will be a primary election that will take place here in Dinwiddie and across the state. So we have been in discussions with Ms. Stephanie Ray, the registrar, and 4 of our schools will need to be used that day, just as they normally are during elections. So Sunnyside, Sutherland, Midway, and Dinwiddie Middle will all be used that day to host the primary elections. So they have to be in the buildings from 5 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. So this is a school day for us. And typically on election days, we do not have students in the building. And certainly with the pandemic, that has created additional challenges for us as well with our mitigation. And so the elections need to continue, certainly. So we would like to ask that we change the school calendar to make June 8th a teacher work day so that the schools will be free to hold the election and we don't have to make any drastic accommodations to keep them separate. And going forward, and talking with Ms. Ray, going forward, she is working ahead, like planning ahead. She's new in this position, of course, to make alternate arrangements going forward so that maybe there may be some other locations in the future that she could use some other public buildings instead of the schools if we happen to be in session the same day. But we're at the point now she can't make any changes because she's not allowed to make any changes because she's within a 60-day window.
You want to talk June 11th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so the other, on June 11th, Friday, June 11th, is graduation. And I'll be talking about an update to graduation in just a moment. But school is not out yet for everyone. But on June 11th, certainly the high school teachers and staff participate in graduation. So that we need to close only Dinwiddie High School on Friday, June 11th. The rest of the schools can remain in session, but only Friday, June 11th for the high school needs to be closed. So that really wouldn't change the calendar per se. We just need to be able to communicate to those parents of grades 9 through 11 that school would be closed at just the high school only.
So would that be a virtual day for students or closure as well for students?
It would probably be closer for students as well, because the teachers
Yes.
will all be at graduation.
Only for the high school, yes. Yes, high school only. So K through
Everybody
eight.
else will be-
K through 8 can continue, yes. Yes.
and you need to vote.
So we need a, yes.
Okay. Madam Chair, I move that we approve the calendar update.
Second.
It has been moved and second that we approve the calendar update. All of those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed?
Thank you.
Okay.
The second thing that we have for approval this evening is I'm asking for approval of the fiscal year 22 budget as it was presented at our last meeting. It includes it's a total budget of $64.5 million. The transfer from the county is $15,690,100. And this is an additional $507,612 over the previous year. This will afford all of our employees a 5% pay increase, and teachers will receive somewhere between 5 and almost 8% increase depending upon where they are on the scale. And we're asking for approval this evening.
Okay.
Mrs. Fleming is here if we have any specific questions relative, but we have not received any.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the budget as presented last meeting.
Before we vote, I need to read
Question.
my
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
That's okay.
sorry.
because it's a approval of a budget, I, Barbara Pittman, declare that my son is employed as a teacher in Dinwiddie County School System. He was working in the capacity before my election to the school board, and this will in no way influence my vote or participation in the budget discussion and/or vote. Thank you.
Just make a motion.
All right. Madam Chair, I move that we approve the budget as presented last meeting.
Second.
It has been moved and second that the FY 22 budget be approved. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Hearing no nays, the budget is approved. Is there anything?
Yes, ma'am. And the last thing we have this evening, no approval is needed, but as we left the last meeting, remember Ms. Sims was here and provided us with just where we were relative to the graduation. We took your advisement and we did put it out to the students. When we got back to my office, we had already received word from Virginia State and they were offering up their stadium. And so Ms. Clark's going to bring us an update as to where we are relative to graduation.
Okay, all right, so a lot has changed. We've had many updates since the last meeting. Certainly, the governor has come out with some updated guidance as well to increase some numbers of indoor and outdoor, so that's positive, so we're going in the right direction there. But, so since then, the students did receive an email yesterday at 4 p.m. from Ms. Sims telling them that graduation is going to be held at Virginia State. So we are very thankful that Virginia State has partnered. They're great community partners with us, and they have offered the football stadium. So that's going to help to give them more of a traditional feel to graduation. Certainly some mitigation things still have to be implemented as we move forward. However, this will give them an opportunity. They'll get tickets to be able to invite their family and friends, things like that. But it's going to happen at 9 a.m. on the football field at Virginia State. Ms. Sims is working out some final details with the school. So we're putting out a press release today, and Mr. Garnes will certainly be, between he and Ms. Sims, they'll be communicating with families once they have all the details tightened up, like how many tickets each person can have and what the directions are for that day, their instructions, things like that. So once they have all that finalized, it would be shared. But the biggest thing is, we are having a graduation on Friday, June 11th. Rain or shine, because they do not have an alternate rain date at Virginia State, because they have also offered it to some other schools as well that will be using it. And so it will take place. So we appreciate the families. You know, they've given us feedback. The kids participated in a survey. So we're, you know, whatever we can do to try to get it as close to normal as possible. So maybe some more positive changes can happen so we can eliminate some things between now and then. Hopefully, we'll be outside. So we're just waiting patiently for some more updates. And, you know, we will just do whatever it is we need to do to make that day a success for them. Okay? So we'll be sending this out, so it'll go out. I'll send it to the newspaper and things like that, because this is a change. Even though it doesn't have all the details, it gives them what they need to know. Date, time, where it is. So, okay.
Thank you. Is there anything? Since there is nothing else, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Madam Chair, I move that we adjourn this meeting.
It has been moved and second that we adjourn. All of those in favor?
Aye.
You just sign aye. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Thank you all for coming.